How we doing, guys? Welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup. Aston Villa against Arsenal. It's another massive game. I don't know who done these fixtures at the start of the season, but to have all of these fixtures before Christmas is a little bit mad. Normally you get a little run where you get some fixtures and you think to yourself, okay, there's some nice favourable ones in there, but we seem to be playing all of the sides that are challenging at the top end of the table away from home. And I suppose you can look at it in another way, which is get them all out of the way now. So at the back end of the season, when it really starts to matter, we'll be playing all these teams again, but at home. And our home record this season is phenomenal. And I'm not bothered about who we play at home. I think in all competition, we played 11 games at home, won 10, drawn 1. It's ridiculously good. So I'm not really fussed in that sense. But you've got to look at the fixtures already and you've got to say, well, we're going to be playing at Villa Park. We played at Stamford Bridge. We played at St James's Park. We played at Old Trafford, played at Anfield. Like, that's a mad run of games away from home. So, yeah, you can look at it one or two ways. One is in a negative light and, wow, look at all these games and it's going to be difficult and everything else. And in the other, it's a positive light, which is if you come through these games with positive results, then they're out of the way. They're done and dusted. And, you know, apart from the defeat at Anfield, we picked up points in all of those games and we're fine. So it's going to be a tough game. You know, maybe about 6 to 8 weeks or so ago, you're probably looking at Aston Villa and you weren't too worried and you weren't too bothered about playing them. You probably wanted to have played them right at the start of the season when they were an absolute mess and they couldn't even score a goal. But now they're the informed team in the Premier League. They've got a better statistic than Arsenal. When you look at their last 9 games, 8 wins and 1 defeat, which was at Anfield. And in comparison with Arsenal, that's 7 wins, 2 draws. No defeats in there, but those 2 draws, Sunderland and Chelsea, means that Villa have got a better record over the last 9 games. And they're firing. They are flying. And Villa Park is not an easy place to go. But if you're going to, again, compare, then I'm probably looking at the two and I'm saying maybe Aston Villa away is a better game for us at the moment than at home. And I know, again, that sounds really strange to say, but when you look at our recent games, home and away, we picked up 2 wins out of our last 3 at Villa Park. Very good win there last season. But in comparison to being at the Emirates, we picked up some results where we're a little bit dodgy. 2-0 up, finishes 2-2, and also the game that ultimately cost us the league title when they beat us 2-0. But yeah, they've got dangers all over the pitch, and you know, the likes of Morgan Rogers, the likes of Ollie Watkins, Donnell Malin, they've got, you know, problem solvers. They've got a very good team, and of course they've got Unai Emery. We know him very well, and I've said this all along. Unai Emery is a very, very good manager, but he was just never the right manager for Arsenal at that time. Doesn't make him a bad manager, it makes him a very good manager. But Aston Villa is the perfect fit for Unai Emery. And it's as simple as that. And I'm very happy with the way that it's gone and the fact that we've now got Mikel Arteta. And I'm sure that Aston Villa fans are very happy that they've got Unai Emery. So everybody's happy. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game. And early kickoff as well. What an absolute stitch up that is, given the fact that both of us played on Wednesday evening. Aston Villa were in a basketball game, 4-3 against Brighton. And what I would say about them is that, you know, they do concede goals. When you're looking at it, they've conceded 14. That's double the amount that we have conceded. They don't really score loads of goals, only 20 goals scored in comparison to our 27. That's why their goal difference is a +6, whereas our goal difference is a +20. So, yeah, listen, they can concede goals. And listen, we've just got to go out there and perform. And I think the key part for us is what's going to happen defensively. I do believe William Saliba will be back, which will be brilliant. But we can't pick up any more injuries in our centre-back positions, with Mosquera picking up the injury the other night and with Gabriel out at the moment. Albeit Jurriën Timber came in at the right centre-back role and done very well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. But at the same time, I'm apprehensive and I'm kind of thinking how difficult it's going to be. And it's another game where we play a team that if they win, they're right in the mix for the title. But if we win, we kind of wipe them out of the equation. So, yeah, it's games thick and fast at the moment and big games. Big games. And this is another big test. And I'm looking forward to it. So, with that said, let's go and get into the predicted lineup. In goal, David Raya. Straightforward, very simple, no questions asked. Right back, Jurriën Timber. Despite the fact that Ben White played so well in midweek, Jurriën Timber will resume his natural position. And Ben White, it's good to see that. It's good to see a man of the match performance. It's good to see him looking more like his old self. And it means that that will take pressure off the likes of Jurriën Timber. When we've got Wolves coming up at home, with all due respect to them, that's the kind of game where you can go, right, Jurriën Timber, come out, have a nice rest, and Ben White will come into the side. It's that simple. Right centre-back, William Saliba, so important that he plays. And I think what you've noticed in the last couple of games is how important he is to the side. Where Gabriel is like the leader and the enforcer, shall we say, William Saliba is the player that dictates the way we play from the back. He builds up the play. He controls the tempo, the way we move. And we've missed that big time. So he comes back into the side all day long. Left centre-back will be Henkape. Very impressed by him. I said it weeks ago that I was looking forward to seeing more of him because I think he's a quality player and he's really starting to show that. So no issues at all. Left back will be Calafiori. Again, his performances this season are the reason why Miles Lewis-Skelly's not playing. And it's that simple. He's been that good and he is that good. And because he hasn't picked up any injuries, you know, of late and everything else like he did last season, he's getting that consistent run now. He is one booking away from a suspension. Maybe when you look at our fixtures coming up, it might be a nice time to get that yellow card and miss it. Not saying do it on purpose, you know. But yeah, listen, it's a simple one for this. In front will be Martin Zubimendi. Again, a very straightforward decision for me. On the right-hand side, Bukayo Saka back in the starting lineup. I thought Madueke done really well for the opening 45 minutes in particular on Wednesday night, but then he started to run out of gas a little bit, but it's expected when you think how long he's been out. But Bukayo Saka, he will take his position back into the side. Alongside him, Martin Odegaard, keep his place into the side. The one thing I will say, and it frustrated me a little bit on Wednesday, is that he holds on to the ball a little too long. Release it. Release it. But yeah, he will play, and I think that he could be very important for a game like this. Alongside him, Declan Rice. Again, I don't think there's going to be an issue with him being fit for this game. But he ran himself into the ground on Wednesday night, and it's that simple. And I think he needs to get through this game. And then the next couple of games, including the Champions League one, I wouldn't even be playing him. I would give him the break he needs because he desperately needs it. And that's simple. On the left-hand side, I'm going to go with Eberechi Eza. Got a break in the game on Wednesday, came on quite late, but goes more back to that natural position of the left-hand side where he can play more inverted and cause more problems and do the things that he does best. And then up front as the main striker, I'm going to go with Victor Gyökeres. I am starting him for this game. And the reason for that is that Aston Villa play a ridiculously high line. Now, will they play it against us? I don't know, but this is under the presumption that they do. And if that is the case, then that's perfect for Victor Gyökeres with the space to run in behind. And he's perfect for that. Absolutely nothing against Mikel Moreno, who's been absolutely superb of late, but his style of play as a number 9 is completely different, where he drops more into the midfield and everything else. And I think that we need to push Aston Villa that way. And if they're playing that high line, get them running back towards their goalkeeper. And coincidentally, while I'm speaking of goalkeepers, it doesn't look like Emi Martinez is going to play this game. Missed the Brighton game because of a back injury, and from what we're hearing, may not be available for this game as well. So that will be a very, very, very big miss for Aston Villa, because he always turns up in games against us because he's still got this, issue with us that we let him go. It's very clear and obvious. But yeah, listen, that be interesting. Like I said, the way that Aston Villa play, will they play that way with us? I'm not too sure, because we can sit here and do previews of the teams we're playing all day long, but every time they seem to play us, they play a different style to the way that they always play, and they set up defensively, low blocks, all the rest of it. So we never know what we're going to face, but that is what they normally do. So that's why I've gone with Victor Gyökeres, under that presumption that, they're going to play that way, but we don't know. So there we go. That is it for the preview and the predicted lineup. I think that's a very strong lineup. Very, very strong lineup. And again, the bench would be ridiculous with the likes of Moreno, Madueke, Martinelli, etc., etc. So it's a strong bench. It's a strong lineup. And I think that that could be enough to get the job done. But it's a big, big game. And it's going to be a tough game. First against third. Big game. So let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you agree or disagree? And of course, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.